If you're trying to lose weight, then watch the following video. It helped me, so why wouldn't it help you?
This story feels too private to share, but I thank God for giving me the strength to do so. This life-changing event became a blessing in disguise, which led to a breakthrough weight loss discovery that saved my life, and it could very well save yours too. It's a discovery that until today was known only to the local people of a Pacific Ocean island, 6,721 miles from home, where obesity is unheard of and life expectancy is one of the highest anywhere in the world. It's a discovery that's proven to address the true root cause of your weight gain and ugly belly fat. As you'll soon see, it has nothing to do with how strict you count the calories, how much grueling exercise you do, your genetics, or metabolism, or anything that you've previously been told. In fact, it's so new, you won't have heard about it until right now. It's nothing more complicated than a simple, safe 10-second hack that you do tonight, which I used to turn my life around by burning off 54 pounds of ugly fat in just weeks from all over my belly, love handles, chin, face, back, hips, and butt. Going from this to this, while supporting a healthy heart with free-flowing arteries, stable blood sugar levels, and healthy blood pressure. Giving me back energy levels and a zest for life I last enjoyed in my early 30s. And shocking my friends and family with my new buff physique, all desperate to know my big secret. After seeing my progress, my wife even used the same 10-second hack to burn away 23 pounds of confidence-sapping belly fat, thigh fat, arm fat, and cellulite to reclaim the sexy toned body she had when we first got married. This discovery turns everything you have been told about losing weight completely on its head. So if you or a loved one suffer from belly fat, unexplained weight gain, or you're simply worried about aging and bad health, this discovery has the power to change your life. What I'm about to reveal today has absolutely nothing to do with restrictive diets, intensive workouts, shakes, weird teas, meal plans, or anything like that. You see, the real reason for your unexplained weight gain is something that affects us all every single day and is playing havoc with our bodies, making us storing more and more fat, especially around our midsektions. And it's the reason why any woman or man over 35 struggles to lose weight. Or if they do, they always gain it back, usually with a bit extra. So no matter how strictly you are counting calories or how intensive your cardio workouts are, you'll feel crushed as yet another attempt to lose weight that started with your best intentions inevitably fails. You've probably felt that frustration, right? Numerous scientific studies have proven that this one thing above anything else is the true root cause of your belly fat and unexplained weight gain. But don't get down just yet. Hang in there for now, because the good news is you can start targeting this one thing by using this, as easy as pie, 10-second hack I am about to reveal to you. It's something you'll never hear from the $72 billion a year weight loss industry, whose entire business model relies on them selling you their latest diet fads and exercise programs over and over again. Products they know might help you lose a little weight for a while, but will do nothing to stop it from returning again, placing their profits and fat executive bonuses over your health. You see, it's not in their interest to provide you with anything that addresses the true root cause of your weight gain, because they'll lose a customer for life. And they want you to believe that your weight gain is all your fault. But I'm telling you right now, it's not your fault. What I'm about to reveal to you today is something completely different. And in the next 2.5 minutes, I'll share with you why everything you've been told about weight gain and how to lose weight is just plain wrong. Instead, I will reveal how you can melt away body fat in a simple, safe, and natural way. You'll take back control of your weight and finally be on your way to the body you always dreamed of. You'll support a healthy heart with free-flowing arteries, stable blood sugar levels, healthy blood pressure, and healthy aging, without making significant lifestyle changes like denying yourself your favorite foods or sweating like a pig through intense cardio workouts. It's such a simple and powerful ritual that so far has set free 156,731 women and men from all over the U.S. and beyond from the torment of crushed dreams from countless failed diet plans and exercise programs. People like Sandra P., a 50-year-old registered nurse from Tucson, Arizona, was desperate to get into shape for a school reunion and was anxious what old friends she hadn't seen for over 30 years would think about her weight. I don't have a lot of time with work and family, so starting over in the gym again was out of the question. I thank God every day I watch your video. It helped me lose 42 pounds, shape up, and gave me my old confidence back to face my old school friends. Peter, a 43-year-old delivery driver from Fresno, California, emailed this too. I just couldn't function properly at work or home. I became exhausted just getting in and out of the truck. My doctor warned me, even at my young age, I could look forward to serious complications like diabetes and hypertension unless I lost weight. But I loved my food too much to cut out the things I liked. I didn't need to do that because with this, anything is possible. Now I've got my life and health back after losing 39 pounds. I feel like a new man. Marilyn, 37, an advertising executive and new mom from New York City, said this. I kept a lot of weight after the birth of my son and tried the usual diets and exercise to lose it. People were even asking me if I'm expecting again. That made me feel angry with what I had done to myself. I had such a stressful, busy life even before I became a mom. Then I used this protocol to lose all my pregnancy fat, and I'm now 23 pounds lighter on the scales. Thanks, guys. Those are typical of hundreds of emails, texts, and messages I get every day from women and men delighted with their results with what I'm about to reveal to you. So it's really important that you stick with me to the very end of this short presentation while you have the chance, because I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to keep this video online. And I also guarantee you and your doctor don't know about this incredible breakthrough. So if you've already tried every diet plan or workout program under the sun without getting the results you wanted, as sure as the earth keeps turning, I can absolutely guarantee this will work for you. And it doesn't matter if you're a woman or man, or if you have 10 pounds or 100 pounds to lose, or you've recently gained weight, or you have been like this for years, or you're 35, young, free and single, or 75 with grandchildren, or you simply just want to age in good health. This is absolutely for you. What I'm about to reveal could transform your life or the life of someone you love by melting away years of stubborn, ugly fat from your belly, arms, thighs, hips, and dangerous visceral fat from around your vital organs, while supporting a healthy heart, free-flowing arteries, healthy blood sugar levels, healthy blood pressure, and restoring youthful energy, skin tone, hair, and libido, making you look and feel years younger. And it's something you can do right now. Believe me, it's not often something this groundbreaking bursts onto the scene, or something that works when everything else has always failed. And although you may be feeling a little skeptical right now that something so simple can address the true root cause of your unexplained weight gain, stick with me for now, and I will walk you through the science that backs up everything I'm going to tell you. I'll put it this simply. You do not want to miss this. Sounds good to you? Okay, let's get to it. Hi, I'm Andrew Miller. I'm not a doctor or some health guru or in any way famous at all. And as you can probably tell, I don't have any connection with the weight loss industry either. I'm actually a real person, just like you. In fact, I'm a high school history teacher from Houston, Texas, and I've been teaching kids and serving their families in my community for over 20 years. I met my wife, Judy, in 8th grade. We even ended up going through teacher training together and been inseparable ever since. However, I thought all that came to an end on that day I'll never forget. This is a deeply emotional story, so bear with me. It all started 11 years ago. Judy and I were your average couple, living a day at a time, taking our health for granted, enjoying married life, doing the best for our kids, working to pay the bills, saving up to take a vacation. I was 35 back then, and I never carried an ounce of fat in my life. Not surprising, as my dad was a pro soccer player, and I was a multiple long-distance running champion back in high school. I do every sport possible, and I ate anything put in front of me. Back then, I wouldn't have been able to put weight on if I tried. Then, without warning, things slowly, almost imperceptibly, started to change. After our first child, Jacob, was born, I noticed my belt getting tighter. And gradually, my face started filling out, which I really hated. I didn't think much about these changes at the time. Judy would tease me about them, putting it all down to being happily married. But I started craving sugar and carbs. We'd always look forward to a pizza delivery, especially if we'd been working late marking assignments or it was a weekend. I was never satisfied until I'd eaten every slice. Usually a beer went well with all that before I'd crash on the sofa. My energy levels had fallen to rock bottom. And it was impossible not to notice my clothes getting tighter and tighter. So over the years, I'd buy bigger ones. Then they too became tighter and tighter. You're relating to all this, right? As the years passed, my reflection of being a lean, energetic, long-distance runner had long disappeared in my rearview mirror. I couldn't run now if my life depended on it. If I tried, I'd be soaked in sweat after only a few yards, gasping for breath. Eventually, the realization hit me. I was in a bad place. And after running some tests with my physician, he told me in no uncertain terms that I needed to make changes or to expect my health to quickly go downhill, or worse, unless I lost weight. And once again, he prescribed the textbook restrictive diet and exercise, just like many times before. You're kidding me, right? Not hiding my disappointment of being told the same thing yet again. You see, I tried everything to lose weight. I'd be a sucker for the latest diet program or app, like Paleo, Atkins, Keto, Weight Watchers, MyFitnessPal, or Noom, or intensive exercise workouts like CrossFit, Insanity, P90X. You name them, I bought their promises at one time or another, believing they would be the one thing that finally worked for me. But they all turned out to be lemons. Then there were all the gym memberships and the expensive personal trainers. Looking back, I must have tried everything to lose weight and spent a small fortune. Yet the weight always won in the end. I felt defeated, ground into submission, my spirit crushed. I had become a prisoner of my own belly fat. Sure, sometimes the diets and exercise worked for a while, but the reality was I could not stick to any of them. And every failure to lose weight would always end in crushing disappointment and a return to comfort eating. And with that, the diet was over, until the next one. It's a familiar feeling, right? I was trapped in a cycle of weight gain, followed by diet failure, followed by crushing disappointment, followed by comfort eating and yet more weight gain. 8 years later, I'd gained 54 pounds of ugly, figure-distorting fat all over my belly, face, neck, arms, and back. I'd often ask myself, why did I let myself go like this? And I didn't have an answer. For the first time in my life, I felt defeated, resigned to always being overweight. So I know how it feels if this is you right now. Over the years, as the pounds crept on, as husband and wife, we became strangers. Married life descended into a boring routine of work followed by TV dinners. And I can't pretend it didn't affect our sex life either. That was completely off limits for Judy since I gained all this extra weight. She didn't say anything. She didn't need to. She told me she loved me for who I was and that she didn't care what I looked like. But I knew that was just to make me feel better. The reality was she didn't find me attractive anymore. And to be honest, I couldn't really blame her. I quickly fell in a vortex of negativity, low self-esteem, and hopelessness that I couldn't escape. I felt like I had hit rock bottom, and it seemed my life couldn't get worse. Then to prove that wrong, a few days later, I remember it like if it was yesterday. It was a beautiful, warm Saturday morning. I was enjoying a day off from school, hanging out with Jacob, playing catchball in the yard. Judy was getting groceries with our little girl, Sophia. I hadn't been playing much with Jacob lately. He'd always ask me to play with him, bless him, but lately I had been making excuses to avoid joining him. You see, I would always get tired, feeling embarrassed that he'd think that his dad couldn't keep up with him. And being an innocent kid, Jacob never said anything and ended up playing by himself. So, feeling guilty, this time I agreed to join him. And after running around for a few minutes, I began to feel lightheaded and dizzy. Suddenly, the sky started to spin. My legs must have given up supporting my weight because all I remember next is collapsing to the ground like a giant redwood and hearing the concern in Jacob's voice. I tried to reassure him I was okay even though I wasn't. But try as I couldn't get the words out. Then the lights must have gone out because the next thing I remember was waking up in the emergency room. Judy holding my hand, Jacob and Sophia looking on. What happened? I asked.
We don't know. They're running some tests now. I was in the mall and got a call from Jacob on your phone. He was in a panic, but managed to tell me you had fallen and was lying on the ground. You wouldn't answer him. Thank God he had the presence of mind to ring 911. Thankfully, first responders got to you just in time. We abandoned the grocery cart and rushed straight to the hospital. The doctor said you were one of the lucky ones. Andrew, you have got to take care of yourself. It's your weight, Andrew.
Thanks to God, my heart was still beating, and I was still breathing. But right then, I was broken in 1,000 pieces. Over the next few days, as I gained strength, I had lots of time to think about what happened. And what could have happened, which was scarier. Thinking about what I had become, what my family meant to me, about Judy and our 2 beautiful children, and how close I had come to never seeing them again. Never to read them bedtime story, or to have the pleasure of watching them grow up, or proudly seeing them get married and becoming parents themselves, or holding our first grandchild. I knew I'd had a close call. Now it was up to me to get back in shape. So I made a promise to myself to do everything in my power to end this nightmare once and for all. To never again have another day like that one. Because next time, I might not be so lucky. You see, I might just be a high school history teacher, but I was determined to find out why I had gained all this weight, and why whatever I tried had always failed. Why my once athletic physique was now distorted by ugly fat, disfiguring my belly, back, legs, arms, face, neck, and thighs. God knows how much I tried to lose weight, but that was all now in the past. It was now or never to find a solution for the sake of my health. Almost as soon as I was discharged, I hit the books and started to research what caused people to store fat and why some people gain weight while others stay slim, even when they eat the same food. We all envy that person, don't we? You know, the one that can wolf down a double cheeseburger and fries late at night and never put on an ounce, while the rest of us put on weight just by thinking about food. It didn't take me long to come across research and studies that proved time and again a connection between cortisol levels and weight gain. So I began to dig into what cortisol is and what it does. Cortisol is a naturally recurring hormone released by the adrenal glands. It's your brain that triggers the release of cortisol to help your body deal with stressful situations. We all do it. It's perfectly normal and healthy. I also learned that cortisol is sometimes known as the fight or flight hormone. It's called that because when our ancestors were faced with danger or a stressful situation, their bodies would produce cortisol as a natural reaction to prepare them for the danger they faced. The downside, though, is high cortisol levels make us to store fat. Not good, right? Worse still, it's the type of fat that goes straight to our midsection. Yes, that's right, the belly fat that we all hate, increasing our belt size and choking our vital organs with visceral fat. And in the real world, if we feel day-to-day stress, like many of us do, our cortisol switches can end up being set to the on position permanently. And if we stress out about our weight or the way we look, we can easily slip into a negative feedback loop of stress, leading to high cortisol levels, leading to even more weight gain. Then I stumbled across a report which took my breath away. In a 2020 study by the American Psychological Association, 70% of Americans reported a significant increase in their stress levels due to social factors outside of their control. Nearly half of those rated their stress levels as between 8 and 10 on a 10-point scale, with 10 being defined as a great deal of stress. 45% reported sleepless nights, 35% reported chronic stress levels, and a significant 50% reported overeating or turning to unhealthy foods as a response to dealing with the stress they felt. Year after year, stress levels of Americans have been rising, leading to a rise in stress eating, weight gain, and increased exposure to related health complications. Something I could relate to, as I'd always felt the day-to-day stress of raising a family, running a home, and holding down a busy teaching job. I figured I was onto something, but before I could finish my research, I got news from my school principal that would end up changing my life forever. I'd applied for a teacher exchange program between the US and Japan. It was a career opportunity that I'd been pushing for years and too good to turn down, despite what I had just been through. I was scheduled to fly to Tokyo and spend 3 weeks there at the start of the summer term. It meant I would have to put my research on hold until I returned. 26 grueling and cramped hours later, I was touching down in Tokyo. My exchange teacher, Takuma, was there to greet me in arrival. It turned out after his teacher training in Japan, he spent 2 years in the US studying for an international education qualification. Takuma, I'm guessing, was close to my age, mid-40s, and looked like he had never been overweight in his life. It seems that was the case for most of the locals there too. I'd only been there minutes, but already I felt more sumo wrestler than samurai warrior. Anyways, we took a taxi to my apartment to drop off the luggage, and after a quick freshen up, we headed out for a bite to eat. After toasting our new friendship with sake, Takuma told me about his time in the States. We have some big differences between our countries, he said. Here in Japan, we have a different philosophy in life. Everyone here has something called an Ikigai. It means everyone searches for their big purpose in life. And when we have found our Ikigai, we can live our lives with a higher, deeper meaning. Takuma went on to explain. Our Ikigai is what makes us jump out of bed in the morning and makes us live a longer, healthier, and more fulfilled life. The things that stress people in the US, we deal with them differently here. You know, things like holding down jobs, bills, healthcare, childcare, working the long crazy hours just to make ends meet. Because of all those responsibilities and the everyday stress people feel in the US, they eat more, the wrong food, and at the wrong time. I related to what Takuma had just told me. I'd also been stressed out with marriage problems and weight issues. I turned to comfort food to forget about things, always to regret it later. Takuma went on to explain. Tokyo is one of the busiest cities in the world. There's a lot of everyday stress here too, but people deal with it differently. My upbringing helped me a lot with that. You see, I come from a beautiful Japanese island called Okinawa, 1,000 miles from here. I still call it my home. Okinawa is an island where obesity is unheard of, and the islanders have one of the highest life expectancies anywhere in the world. In fact, we're famous for it the world over. And everyone on Okinawa has an Ikigai. My parents still live there, working away in their 70s, and my grandfather only just passed last year at 102. Okinawans, Andrew, put their slim bodies, great health, and long lives down to how they deal with day-to-day stress by using an ancient Okinawan secret passed down through generations. So I pulled my chair closer and figured it would be a pretty smart move to open up if I was going to get Takuma to spill the beans about this mysterious Okinawan health secret. To tell you the truth, I was embarrassed to confide in someone I had just met about my weight and marriage problems, but my recent experience and my faith had given me the courage to open up. I told him that I couldn't go through that experience again, and I had made it my mission for the sake of my health and my family's to find a solution to my weight loss nightmare. So finding this solution has become your Ikigai now, I said. Andrew, I want to introduce you to a great friend of mine while you are here in Japan. His name is Dr. Ichikawa. Dr. Ichikawa and I go back a long way. We grew up together on this island, and while my Ikigai was to teach, Dr. Ichikawa's was to help the sick and become a doctor. Dr. Ichikawa is one of Japan's most celebrated doctors, a specialist in stress, metabolism, and weight gain. He'll explain exactly what to know and what to do. A week later, I was in a taxi somewhere in busy downtown Tokyo. Dr. Ichikawa's office was located on one of Tokyo's most prestigious hospitals, where many of Japan's leading specialists and scientists perform cutting-edge research. Diplomas, certificates, and frame press cuttings hung impressively from every wall in testimony to his esteem and standing in his field. I was sure glad I had my iPhone with me to record everything. Fortunately for me, the stars must have been aligned on this day for what I was about to discover. After exchanging greetings, running a few tests, and explaining my medical history, Dr. Ichikawa explained in a reassuringly calm way.
It's well established now that unexpected weight gain like yours, with your busy lifestyle, is due to high cortisol levels. High cortisol levels have become common because of lifestyle, society, and environmental stresses. It's the true root cause why people have unexplained weight gain and how they age. While your cortisol levels remain high, you will find it impossible to lose weight. This is because when we experience stress, a small area of our brains, the hypothalamus, signals our adrenal glands at the top of our kidneys to release adrenaline and cortisol into our bloodstream, switching our metabolisms to store calories as fat instead of burning them for fuel. This stress response is healthy and natural. We all do it. However, because of our modern lifestyles, we are more likely to sit around and stress out with raised cortisol levels without physically burning calories, causing us to store abdominal fat. Worse still, it's the dangerous visceral fat that gets stored mainly around our midsection and vital organs. Once a stressful situation has passed, our cortisol levels should return to normal. However, if we feel day-to-day stress, like many of us do, our cortisol switch could be stuck in the on position, meaning our cortisol levels remain elevated and may never return to the normal range, disrupting our body's critical hormonal systems, which can have serious consequences for our health as well as our appearance.
Dr. Ichikawa went on to explain. Worse still, if you stress out about your weight, or you're anxious at the way you look, or you just feel negatively about yourself, you can find yourself in a negative loop of stress leading to weight gain, leading to more stress, leading to more weight gain. But if you lower your cortisol levels within the normal range, you can control the storage of fat and help you maintain a healthy weight while supporting a healthy heart, blood sugar, and blood pressure levels.
Many research studies have shown that stress currently affects over 70 million people in the US. The World Health Organization have classified stress as the health epidemic of the 21st century. This is because, as young people become adults, they are subjected to big changes like finding a life partner, having kids, settling down, and taking on responsibilities. With all that comes stress. Plus, more than at any other time in our lives, we are exposed to the damaging effects of increased connectivity, like email, texts, calls, social media, all contributing to our day-to-day stress levels. Think about all the devices people can't live without now, like computers, tablets, smartphones, TVs, meaning we never fully switch off and relax.
Dr. Ichikawa then explains something surprising.
Even physical stress, such as intensive exercise, causes the release of cortisol. You see, exercise can cause a drop in blood sugar, which creates cravings for carbs, sugar, and fatty foods.
Not the effect you want from a grueling workout, right? I nodded my agreement, but it is what Dr. Ichikawa said next that really shocked me. It's not only unhealthy food you need to be concerned about. Cortisol has the effect of converting any diet, healthy or otherwise, into dangerous visceral fat.
When the feeling of stress is over, cortisol levels should fall. But if it continues, cortisol continues to flow and levels stay elevated, causing fat to be stored continually. Regulating cortisol from stress is the key to losing weight.
Not willpower, not exercise, not diets, not genetics, not metabolism.
It's a fact. No matter how much exercise you do, or how calorie restrictive your diet is, you will never lose weight permanently until you address this one thing: stress and cortisol.
I asked Dr. Ichikawa, so why is it back in the US we're always told that diets and exercise are the only ways to lose weight?
It's an industry that trades on people's desperation to lose weight by pushing two myths they rely on to make millions of dollars in profits each year. The first myth they use is that restricting calorie intake helps you lose weight. It sounds correct, but it doesn't explain the whole situation. You see, you might be counting the calories because you want to slim down for the beach, or a school reunion, or whatever it happens to be. But your body doesn't know that. It just thinks that you're in a famine, starving to death, and protects itself by going into survival mode, storing the few calories you do consume as fat to keep as a reserve.
In reducing your calorie intake, you might lose some weight by denying yourself all your favorite foods and constantly feeling hungry. But when you stop the diet, you'll gain all the weight back plus a bit extra as your body comes out of what it thinks is survival mode, as it will start storing fat again as insurance for the next famine it thinks could be around the corner.
To successfully lose weight and keep it off for good, you need to deal with the root cause of your weight gain: stress and cortisol.
Then Dr. Ichikawa revealed industry myth number 2. Exercise helps you lose weight. Sounds correct again, right? Well, not exactly. It's another preconception promoted by the industry. Sure, being active is healthy. We all agree with this. However, if you exercise too strenuously, your body becomes stressed.
Exercise-induced stress triggers an inflammatory response, which again releases cortisol into your bloodstream, which tells your body to hold onto fat, not burn it.
Also, not the effect you want from working out, right?
In Okinawa, we don't work out, but we are all slim, healthy and active. Okinawans have an ancient remedy that helps to address the true root cause of weight gain. It's a secret that's been passed down from one generation to the next. It goes back hundreds of years, and it's hardly known outside of Japan. This, Andrew, is a list of ingredients with precise instructions that I want you to follow. It's an ancient Okinawan formula that I use to help people here in Tokyo who have gained weight directly from stress. Many of my patients referred to me are busy executives who lead stressful lives, have no time to exercise, stress eat, and because of this, they have become overweight. Please take this formula, use it exactly as instructed, and you will be fine. Think of it as a gift from the people of Okinawa.
Clutching the formula like my life depended on it, I bid my farewell to Dr. Ichikawa. Dr. Ichikawa confirmed what I had always suspected, that stress and cortisol didn't just have something to do with my weight gain. They were the reason for my weight gain. And Dr. Ichikawa's traditional Okinawan formula might just be the solution that I have been searching for all this time. I couldn't wait to get back home to prepare the formula. The instant I touched down back in the US, I began to research the ingredients on Dr. Ichikawa's list. The first ingredient on the list, rhodiola, an adaptogenic herb, meaning it helps your body adapt to handle stress better to lower cortisol levels. It brings your body into a balanced state called homeostasis, thereby reducing your cravings for unhealthy comfort foods. And rhodiola contains rosaven, a compound shown to trigger a fat-burning response to break down adipose tissue, something we know better as unsightly visceral belly fat. Rhodiola also supports cognitive function, meaning it supports healthy brain function, memory, focus, and concentration. And it's so effective at improving energy levels and endurance that it's taken by Sherpas in the Himalayas during high-altitude climbs. The second ingredient on Dr. Ichikawa's list was ashwagandha, another A-list adaptogen proven in studies to help relieve feelings of stress to lower cortisol levels. Ashwagandha also crushes hunger cravings, promoting weight loss as well as increasing duration and quality of sleep. Then there's L-theanine, a powerful secret passed on by generations of Japanese for its proven ability to help soothe you into a state of relaxation, reducing the effects of day-to-day stress and improving quality of sleep. And you guessed right, it lowers your cortisol levels too. Another ingredient on the list was chamomile, another stress-busting adaptogenic botanical, which has been shown to help decrease cortisol levels, balancing mood and promoting healthy sleep patterns. I later learned that poor sleep doesn't just make you feel lousy the next day, but it actually keeps your cortisol levels high, contributing to weight gain. Then there is lemon balm, another rare botanical which supports a healthy anti-inflammatory response and relieves the feelings of everyday stress and improves mood to help balance cortisol levels. Combined with another herb, valerian, they support irregular sleep patterns, lowering cortisol levels and giving you more energy to get you through the day. And its neuroprotective qualities help nurture and maintain your brain cells. Skullcap, yet another adaptogen, has been used for centuries to support healthy sleep cycles and is a great powerhouse for balancing hormones, reducing stress and anxiety, and enhancing mood. Another powerful adaptogenic herb, bacopa, helps reduce day-to-day stress, lifting mood and lowering cortisol levels. Besides these adaptogenic herbs, there were over 20 more. 100% natural, safe, proven ingredients in Dr. Ichikawa's formula, which combine powerfully to address the root cause of weight gain. Yet, no doctor here in America or anyone connected to the weight loss industry had ever told us about them. Instead, they just want to keep prescribing drugs or selling us the latest diet exercise fad. And with everything Dr. Ichikawa had explained, I now understand why. With that simple piece of paper, I was holding the solution that would allow me to finally take back control of my life. So with renewed enthusiasm, I began sourcing the ingredients. I contacted suppliers of these super rare plant nutrients from all over the Asia Pacific. But frustratingly, one supplier after another let me down. It soon became clear they were only interested selling in profitable bulk quantities to big corporations, not to a high school history teacher from Houston, Texas. I figured it was going to take months to source all of the ingredients, not to mention the thousands of dollars to buy them and ship them here. They would all need processing in some way, extracting the valuable nutrients by dehydrating them, grinding them down, separating and measuring them precisely, and they all had to be combined into the precise quantities in Dr. Ishikawa's formula. On my teacher's salary, I just didn't have the time or the money it needed. I'd come so far to be in touching distance of the solution that would allow me to take back control of my life. My dream felt like it was slipping through my fingers. But the thought of my family kept me going. I wasn't ready to call it a day just yet. I desperately needed a plan B if I was going to turn Dr. Ichikawa's formula into something that would help me and other people suffering from high cortisol levels, belly fat, and unexplained weight gain. In desperation, I fired off an email to Dr. Ichikawa, and when I got Dr. Ichikawa's reply, I knew my dream was still alive. He connected me with a guru in the anti-aging metabolism space in LA, who, to protect his identity, I'll call Joshua. Most of his clients are A-list celebrities. You probably know most by name. Joshua greeted me with warmth and was generous, giving me 30 minutes of his time. I went over your research last night, Andrew, and it's 100% accurate, Joshua said. It proves conclusively how stress leads to weight gain. We're all subjected to day-to-day stress. Some people react to it differently than others. Some people feel stress while others simply brush it away. We know that stress causes a rise in cortisol levels as a natural hormonal response, making us store calories as fat instead of using them up for energy. And this causes us to gain weight. Andrew, breaking this connection between stress and weight gain has long been the holy grail in the weight loss industry. With this botanical formula you've discovered, I think you have done what they tried to do many times, but always failed. I can tell you this much. I have clients who would pay you a king's ransom for what is in this formula. I'd love to be able to help you develop this further. And because of Joshua's expertise in metabolism, he enhanced the formula by adding another botanical, which would accelerate the fat-burning effect of Dr. Ichikawa's formula. Now we just needed a manufacturing partner. Thankfully, Joshua was well connected and put me in touch with a high-tech manufacturing facility right here in the U.S., who were excited to partner with us after seeing the potential of the formula. They had the size, contacts, and the negotiating power to secure the highest quality ingredients from prime suppliers all over Japan, the Asia Pacific, and beyond. What's more, it was both FDA registered and GMP, Good Manufacturing Practice, certified. But crucially for me, this company believed 100% in the potential of Dr. Ichikawa's formula as much as Joshua and I did. And they had the expertise to turn the formula into an easy-to-swallow capsule that would release calming, fat-burning nutrients into the bloodstream 24/7. A capsule containing stress-busting adaptogens like rhodiola and ashwagandha, magnolia and skullcap, which provide a healthy inflammatory response. Antioxidant heavyweights like lemon balm and others on Dr. Ishikawa's list like oat straw, St. John's wort, valerian, magnesium, zinc, and potassium. I had created the solution that would help me finally break free from the crippling fat that had held me prisoner for years. We all agreed there has never been anything this powerful to come out of the weight loss industry. 20 precisely blended, super rare botanicals that would control day-to-day stress and cortisol levels, restore fat-burning metabolisms, while at the same time support a healthy heart, blood pressure, blood sugar levels, and healthy aging. I couldn't wait to get started and volunteered myself to be the first patient. To be honest, even I was a little skeptical that a capsule taken with a glass of water would do what every diet plan and exercise program had never done for me. But because I had to put my heart and soul into this, I wanted to keep an open mind. So that evening, before I hit the sack, I took one capsule with a glass of water. The next morning, I woke up with energy and vibrancy I hadn't felt in ages. And although I knew my feelings could be because I just wanted the formula to work, I decided to continue the protocol and live my normal life as well as I could. I was still eating all my favorite foods and not making any lifestyle changes. And after 3 days, I felt more calm and relaxed. While my energy levels were noticeably higher, I felt a zest for life again. I jumped out of bed after a great night's sleep, something I hadn't done in over 15 years, ready for whatever the day had in store for me. I felt like a new person. Soon, I began to notice my clothes were getting looser, my skin was softer, and had more color. At the end of the first week, with some hesitancy, I stood on the scales for the first time in over a year. I was blown away. I lost 3 pounds in the first week. Over the next 4.5 months, I slimmed down so much I had to buy several new sets of clothes. But incredibly, I burned off a total of 54 pounds of ugly fat. I had started running again and joined a running club, competing and matching teenagers for energy and endurance. I was still sleeping great, my mood was positive, and I felt in control of myself once more. The day-to-day stress that once weighed heavily on my shoulders, I could simply brush off. The sugar and carb cravings had disappeared. Sure, I was still eating all my favorites, pizza, burgers, and the like, but I felt fuller and satisfied after eating less. Second helpings, which had become routine for me, no longer existed. I put that down to my appetite and satiety signals being in check once again. My skin felt softer, my eyes brighter, hair thicker. As I had started running, I had noticed my joints that were creaking and painful were once again smooth and flexible. My heavy stomach, which once spilled over my belt, was now back to the flat shape of my best teenage running days. The shirts that I used to wear over my trousers to disguise my belly, now replaced with slim fits tucked into my belt to show off my slim-toned physique. I had taken back control of my body, self-esteem, and confidence. Even Judy, after seeing my progress, used the protocol to drop 18 pounds and 3 dress sizes. Now we couldn't keep our hands off of each other. It was like going back in a time machine before our first child. Our marriage had taken on a new lease of life. And it's all down to the solution I had created to end my belly fat nightmare once and for all and live life on my own terms again. And I had done it naturally and safely. All it took was 10 seconds of my time, a capsule and a glass of water every day. 6 months since I first walked into Joshua's office, desperate for help to get Dr. Ichikawa's formula into production, I arrived back in his office. Only this time, 54 pounds lighter. And after running some tests, I was ushered through to see Joshua again. According to these results, your cortisol levels, heart rate, blood pressure, and glucose are all at healthy levels again. That's what I call a transformation. Andrew, you're a walking proof how important cortisol levels are to maintaining a healthy weight and health. I'm blown away, and so will some of my clients when they use this. But remember this, while your results are truly spectacular, they aren't proof that it will work for everyone. I'd already figured that, so Joshua and I agreed to place ads for volunteers online to test the product. To get the best data, we needed a cross-section of the public. And we managed to recruit 879 willing participants. Men, women, moms, dads, grandparents. The criteria we set was simple. All had to have 20 to 80 pounds to lose. All had to be over 35. And all have tried to lose weight but always failed whatever they tried. Then the lab shipped out each volunteer a 3-month or a 6-month supply of Dr. Ichikawa's breakthrough formula, with instructions not to change their lifestyle. The results were beyond everyone's expectations. Across the whole group, we saw a combined weight loss of 31,643 pounds. 72% lost over 30 pounds. Everyone lost at least 18 pounds, and the biggest loss was 58 pounds. Belly fat simply vanished. Many reported an absence of cravings, drops in stress level, and significant increases in energy, mood, focus, and improved sleep. Metabolisms were supercharged while supporting new healthy hearts, free-flowing arteries, healthy blood pressure, and blood sugar levels. I quickly became swamped with emails, texts, and messages from grateful volunteers, excited about their results, wanting to know how to get more of the formula. People like Margaret C., who wrote to me to say, "I used to suffer from poor sleep and I had no energy in the day. Now I have lost 43 pounds and I have more energy than I had in decades." Elizabeth from the UK said, "I work as a nanny for an American family in London. There's a lot of responsibility and stress on my shoulders looking after a child that is not mine. I was overweight, which didn't help physically, and I would just crash out after work. I knew I had to make changes. With this, I was able to lose all my extra weight, 36 pounds in 3 months. Now I have the energy again to meet friends in my free time." Then there's Louise R., who wrote, "I'm stoked. I used to do the gym, run, and anything I could to lose weight. Nothing ever worked. I just wasted my money. Now, thanks to this, I am 44 pounds lighter. I can even see my abs for the first time, and I've got a steady girlfriend after years of being alone." Tracy L. wrote, "Wow, this is incredible. I lost 53 pounds. You can imagine how it's turned my life around. I used to get breathless just walking to the car. Now my energy has returned. My sweet cravings disappeared. I sleep great and get up earlier. I feel in control of my stress and weight for the first time in my life." And my favorite was when Greta emailed to say, "A year ago, my doctor warned me about my weight. I knew he was right, but I just didn't make the changes I should have made because I tried many times in the past to lose weight and always failed. I guess I kind of got used to the idea that I would take my chances in this life. Then I saw this and decided to go all in. I followed the simple protocol and ended up losing over 40 pounds. Now I'm pregnant, expecting my first child, and looking forward to a long, healthy life surrounded by my new family." It was the confirmation I needed to hear that this works. I had cracked the weight loss code. The journey I'd set out on was deeply personal. I had to solve my weight loss conundrum to save my life, my marriage, my family. 18 months later, and I had the solution that would free women and men from all walks of life and all ages from a life sentence of being overweight, allowing them to take back control of their lives. I'd taken Dr. Ichikawa's formula from a list of rare botanical nutrients on paper and created the world's first 100% all-natural solution to address the proven true root cause of belly fat and unexplained weight gain. Today, the game has changed. And I named this weight loss solution after the journey of discovery that became my higher purpose in life. Today, I proudly introduce you to Ikigai. Ikigai is the only product in the world that contains a proprietary blend of 28 detoxifying nutrients, adaptogens, and superfoods in a simple-to-take once-a-day capsule that controls our day-to-day stress to regulate cortisol levels and burn fat for both women and men. Each veggie capsule of Ikigai is produced right here in the US in an ultra-modern FDA-approved and GMP Good Manufacturing Practice certified facility to the highest, most sterilized standards. They are 100% natural, safe, vegetarian, and non-GMO. Losing weight with Ikigai is as simple as taking one capsule every day with a glass of water. It's far more effective than any diet plan or exercise program you have ever tried or will try. And the best part, you can achieve all this without making any lifestyle changes. You can enjoy all your favorite foods. Women and men everywhere, every day, are transforming their bodies and changing their lives with Ikigai. Just like my wife and I did. And you too will be able to access this breakthrough formula in less than 75 seconds. So are you ready for your transformation? But before you say yes, I want you to ask yourself this. How much would it be worth to you to have your friends and family comment on your new slim body and literally beg you for your secret? How much would it be worth to you to be able to have the energy to play with your kids or grandkids without pausing for breath, or worse still, experience what happened to me? How much would it be worth to you to stand in front of a mirror and see the reflection once again of a slim, vibrant, and healthy person? How much would it be worth to you to never again deprive yourself of your favorite foods or sweating your way through an extreme cardio workout? How much would it be worth to you to support a healthy heart, healthy blood pressure and blood sugar levels, and healthy aging, and never again worry about being a health or financial burden to your family? Seriously, how much would it be worth to you to finally take back control of your life? $10,000? $5,000? Maybe you can't even put a price on something that will give you back your life again, right? So what would be a fair price that will change every part of your life that causes you such pain and frustration right now to a life of happiness and looking forward to a healthy future? Joshua suggested I sell a 30-day supply of Ikigai for $997, which is small change for his celebrity clients. He said people everywhere would happily pay many times that to get my results for themselves. And because I know what it feels like to lose your health, I'm not going to ask $997, or even half of that, $497, which the wife suggests I sell it for. Look, this is not about the money for me. You see, I feel incredibly blessed to have discovered this formula. So I want to get Ikigai out there to change as many lives as possible. And I don't want price to be a factor in that goal. So even though I will soon charge $297 for a 30-day supply of Ikigai, which barely covers the cost of the super rare, high-quality ingredients and keeping this website online, you won't need to pay that today either. Because you are here right now telling me you want the very best life for yourself, you can get a 30-day supply of Ikigai for a simple one-time introductory fee of just $69. Yes, you heard that right, $69. But before you order, and based on the advice of Dr. Ichikawa and Joshua, it is recommended you take Ikigai for at least 90 days to reach your ideal weight. And just as important, stay there. That's because the nutrients in Ikigai need enough time to reprogram your body's hormones to turn it into a fat-burning machine and balance cortisol. So to guarantee life-changing results, I am going to let you order a 90-day or 180-day supply of Ikigai at incredible discounts for today only. Discounts which are in addition to the special low introductory price. And I want you to know this clearly. You will only be able to get Ikigai from this page, meaning you will not be able to find Ikigai anywhere else online or in any store. Today is your only chance to claim this breakthrough formula. Be warned though, we only made a short first production run for today's special low introductory pricing, and we're selling out faster than we could ever have anticipated, which is another good reason to get the 3 or 6 month packages at even bigger discounts. So get yours today before stock runs out. Because when it does, I will have to put the price up to the recommended $297 a bottle for a 30-day supply. Now, if you see the 3 money-saving packages below, it means that bottles of Ikigai have been reserved for you. But if you close or refresh this page, you will lose your reserved stock and your opportunity to avoid what I went through will be lost forever. So do the right thing now for yourself and your family and place your order from the money-saving packages below. And when you have selected your package, you will be taken to a secure 256-bit page that looks just like this. There, you will fill in your information and confirm your order. Instantly, your shipment of Ikigai will be on its way to your door. And be under no doubt that this is a one-time payment with absolutely no subscriptions or hidden charges. I dislike those as much as you do. So act now. Click below to select your package. And if you're a little skeptical, you can be forgiven because you have always been told by the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry that diet and exercise are the only way to lose weight. And because until today, there has never been a proven, safe, and natural method to address the true root cause of your weight gain, crush hunger cravings, melt away belly fat, and keep it off for good. This is what I am going to do for you. I am so confident that Ikigai will melt off your extra weight, control your stress, your cortisol levels, and change your life, that I'm going to give you a rock-solid, 60-day risk-free, 100% money-back guarantee. If in the unlikely event you don't experience the changes you want for your body and are not fully delighted, or if you change your mind for any reason at all, even if you used the entire bottle and still want 100% of your money back, it's no problem to me at all. You just contact our easy-to-get hold of help desk within 60 days, and your money will be returned in full right away. No questions asked. Effectively, I'm giving you a full 60 days to road test this breakthrough formula with zero risk to yourself. I'll take all the risk for you. So go ahead, make your choice below. Well, let me backtrack. Maybe there is a risk. What about the risk of regret when you miss out on Ikigai's life-changing formula if you let it slip through your fingertips today? Today, I am giving you a full 60 days to road test Ikigai's fat-melting formula to see for yourself the transformation it will have on your body, your weight, and your health. Then you can decide. Select your money-saving package from the choices below to instantly start to experience the power of Ikigai 100% risk-free. And remember what Dr. Ichikawa explained. No amount of diet or exercise will help you lose fat if you don't address the true root cause of your belly fat, stress, and cortisol. Look, you may not have realized it yet, but you have arrived at a critical fork in the road in your life's journey. And there are 2 paths to take right now that lead you to 2 very different futures. The first path is where you choose to do nothing to finally address the one thing that is holding you back from your desire to have the body of your dreams and a long life of good health that you deserve. It's simply a continuation of the path your life has been on up to now. A life you know all too well, a life you'd like to change. You will continue to be told what the weight loss industry wants you to believe just to maintain their profits. You'll end up buying the latest calorie-restrictive diet plan or grueling exercise program. Maybe you'll lose some weight with great difficulty, only to put it all back on again and maybe gain a few pounds extra. Sound familiar, right? The cost of you doing nothing right now will be paid for by you every day in feelings of despair, of being trapped in a bloated, disfigured body you've grown to hate, and feelings of stress, exhaustion, and fatigue. So let me ask you this. Is it worth suffering all that just to save a few bucks right now? Of course it isn't. We both know the only path you can take today is the one where you put Ikigai to the test, 100% risk-free for 60 days. Imagine how it can change your life in only positive ways. No more failed diet plans or exercise programs. No more guilt from eating what you want. No more metabolism slowdown as your health and appearance continue to go downhill. No more feeling trapped inside a body that you know is not a true reflection of who you are and who you should be. You see, I created Ikigai so you can take a better path leading to a very different future. It's a brighter future that is being lived and enjoyed right now by thousands of women and men who were at the same fork in the road as you are right now. A future where all your body fat becomes a distant memory as you now enjoy gazing at your slim silhouette in the mirror. A future where you can enjoy eating what you want without guilt trips and without gaining weight. A future where you can now simply brush the day-to-day stress off your shoulders that once weighed you down. A future where you can finally break free from all the extra weight and where you can look forward to a long, healthy, and active life surrounded with family and friends. Let's face it, it is the only future you want for yourself. So do the only smart thing you can do right now and bring your dreams to reality. Do it for yourself and your family and select your 100% risk-free money savings package below. And finally, look forward to the slim body and great health you deserve. Simply select your package below and join the Ikigai family.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the link below in order to find out more.